Hey everyone, it's Gary. Welcome back to my series on the Hudl review. So in this video, I want to cover uploading our video into the account so we can actually start doing something because, again, without video, we can't really do anything with a video system, can we? But it's not as easy as it might seem. You know, there's a lot of details that go into video, and there's a lot of questions that I've answered over the years of what type of video to use. So let me start off and just cover some of those really, common topics so that we can then move on to uploading the video. And I know this isn't maybe the best place to put it, but it's important that you understand these things so you can understand the ramifications of how we upload video and how Hudl requires that you upload the video, because it does matter. So one of the questions I get all the time is about 4K. Do we need a 4K camera? And my answer to that is no, because a lot of times you don't need 4K. HD will look just fine, a 1920 by 1080 type resolution. And a lot of times the 4K cameras don't have the frame rate. So the most important thing when you're looking at a camera is to make sure that you have a 60 frame per second frame rate. You want to make sure you can capture all that movement that's taking place out on the screen. So don't worry about 4K versus high definition. Just make sure you get a high quality camera and it has 60 frames per second. In the past, I've talked about this and I've recommended the Canon 80D. I've also recommended the Canon 30G HG as a camcorder. So one's an SLR. The Canon 80D is a SLR. The Canon 30G is a camcorder. And there's different reasons why you'll use both of those different cameras in different circumstances. So if you haven't seen those videos, I have those listed already. You can go back and get the in-depth analysis and review on those different cameras. Second topic, why don't I just use my iPhone or iPad? Well, there's a couple good reasons for it. One, the resolution is not going to be good. When you get that itty bitty tiny little lens, it's not going to be as good as a big giant camera dedicated just for taking video. And that really comes into play when you're doing night games. And doing night games, doing indoor games, that's where you really see a major difference. Now the second reason is very simple. I don't want to watch my screen. If I'm holding on to an iPad or even videoing with an iPad, I pretty much have to watch it. If I'm holding on to a cell phone, same thing. I have to look at the screen. It gets all shaky too. If you ever watch cell phone video, it's usually not very good. The best thing you can do is take a camera, and you can do this with an iPhone or an iPad, but the other limitations are still going to be there with the resolution and the ability to pull in the light like a dedicated camera with a big giant lens on it can do. Always put it on a tripod, keep it at a wide angle so you get a big field perspective, and then when you're watching the game, you really don't have to look at the screen. You just kind of rotate your body with the tripod as you're watching the game. And then because you have it on a wide angle, you don't have to be exact. You don't have to have things in the exact location, targeting right on that ball, so you don't have to look at the screen. I like to watch the game like as it's happening. I don't want to look through a video screen and then watch the game. I may as well watch it on TV, and I don't want that. I want to see the live action at the moment I'm there, in real time. So I don't want to look through a screen. So those are a couple good reasons why you want to get those cameras. Again, I cover that in detail, but I need to bring that up for the purpose of this video because it does make a difference, shockingly so, when I saw some of the limitations that Hudl puts on you as far as the type of video you can upload, or actually what it'll probably accept, they'll convert it. When you are looking at soccer video, obviously it's going to be a big file. Now, this is a full-size game at 1080p, not 4K, but just 1080p or 1920 by 1080. Again, I'm not a camera expert. I'll use terminology incorrectly, but it doesn't matter. If you want to be a camera geek, you can go to those channels and they'll get into all kinds of crazy details. But I'm looking at cameras and resolution from a practical aspect, okay? Now, when we come into a game, you'll see that a full game, a 90-minute game, is about 12 gig, 11 gig, 11, 13, 12. This one's smaller because this was, I think, like a 1 hour game. Now, the other thing I do is I chop out all the garbage, all the dead time. So when I'm at the game, one thing I do is when the ball goes out, I just hit it, start it, stop it, start it, stop it, start it, stop it. So when the ball's out of bounds for 30 seconds, 45 seconds, I chop all that out. I get about 10 minutes out of the game. So my files are actually a little shorter. Sometimes though, if I'm on a big tall tripod, you know, one of the HiPod looking down or SVT Advantage type of tripods, I don't want to start and stop it because I'm a little nervous that my remote control may or may not connect. And again, I want to watch the game, so I'll just let it run. And there's tools inside of Soccer Pro that will allow you to chop out that dead time so your time of possession is accurate. All those things are you know, editable, so you don't have to worry about it. But this video and all these videos were chopped up. In other words, this is probably 30, 40 videos that I then combined into one and re-rendered it. And I'll take these videos and I'll just put them into something on my desktop, whether it's iMovie or whatever comes in a PC, and put all those pieces together, render it as one video so that I can just upload one video at a time. When I'm inside my coaching account, I don't want to have 30 videos inside my account that I have to organize, structure, manage, and just, you know, it's clutter, right? If I can have one video instead of 30, it's just better. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm not going to upload one of these larger games. I actually have a reason why I want to upload this video. This video I want to show you is smaller. Okay, this is, you can see the duration here. It's a 50.5 or 50 minute and 54 second game. It is recorded at 1920 by 1080, HD, all the rest of it. So these are the details. And this video is 7.69 gig on the disk. So that's the actual space taking, well, size of the video, okay? And it's rendered as an MP or MPEG-4. All these systems will handle an MOV, an MPEG-4, MTS, you know, all those different file formats. So that's all fine. There's really nothing to talk about there. But anyhow, what I'm going to do is I want to upload this video. Oh, well, yeah, I'll keep going. I'll keep going. Well, actually, no, I want to explain this second point too, or this additional point. When you are uploading video, the number one thing, and I don't care whether you're using Hudl, Soccer Pro, or pick the next 50 applications, the number one thing you have to keep in mind is that the video that you're uploading will be uploaded at the speed of your internet. Okay, if you think about the fact that your computer will operate much faster than your Wi-Fi unit will, our servers are much, much faster than any PC that you can own. So the gating item is the upload speed based on your Wi-Fi. So you don't want to get one of these big giant videos and then upload it at Starbucks or something goofy like that. I mean, maybe if they have high speed, but you want to test your internet. So there's a couple things you can do. You can just go to check my speed and you can test your internet speed. And I'll do this just so you can see how fast my internet speed is, so you can get a better feel for, you know, what's going on with my upload. So all I have to do is click this button and just let it run, and you'll get a download speed and you'll get an upload speed. Remember, you're uploading, you're not downloading, so your upload speed is always going to be significantly slower than your upload speed. So you really have to watch your upload speed, and you can see my download speed is 228. That's actually slow. I should be at closer to 997. I don't know why it's so slow today, but I have 1 gig download speed. So maybe I have the wrong, maybe I'm using the wrong network. I might be using my other router, but it doesn't matter because both of them, whether it's on a download at 997 is my usual speed, it still has the same upload speed of 40, 41, 42. Okay, so this here is my gating item. The download speed doesn't matter at all because we're not downloading, we're uploading. So what I like to do with this is I say, okay, I've got 12 gig I have to upload. I can do that and just let it run, but you also have to make sure two things. One, you don't want your computer going to sleep, and two, you don't want to interrupt your upload. guess I did that backward. 2, 1, 1, 2. Okay, but it doesn't matter. You don't want to interrupt that upload. You cannot let your computer go to sleep. Those are critical items, and you have to do the math and say, okay, I've got 41 megabits per second, and here I've got 12 gig. It's going to take a while. It's going to take 40 minutes or an hour or whatever the case might be, but it's going to take a while based on your upload speed, and the slower your speed, the longer it's going to take. I mean, it's just simple math, right? So if we come into Hudl, what I like to do is I'm going to open up a window. I'm going to leave it. I have this application that I call up and where is it? There it is. Okay, it's called Caffeine, and Caffeine just keeps my computer running or awake for any period of time that I choose. So in this case, I'm going to set it for 5 hours, and I'm going to make sure that it will upload the video in its entirety. So let's come into upload. And now I'm going to drag and drop my files here. Very simple, right? But before we do that, I want to show you something that's really important, because I was a little surprised actually. When you come into the upload, what you're going to find is that you have your option of uploading at, let's see, where is it? See, I've gone through all these tutorials to make sure that I got this right. Oh, here it is. Change video quality. This is what I wanted to go for. I knew it was here. So you can only change the video quality if it is recorded in HD. Well, that makes sense. You can't make something HD if it's not HD. You can't make something better if it's worse. But what you'll notice is that standard definition is 480 and their HD is 720. That's the maximum. That's the best you can do, is get 720. Well, keep in mind, this video is, let me show you, open that up again. See, this video is not 720. This video is a 1080p. Okay, so it's 1920 by 1080. That's what this is. Okay, so this is going to give you about somewhere about twice as good. The resolution is going to be much better. And if you come into these different sites, you'll see what the difference is. So like a 480, so that's okay if you are on, let's say, a portable device and smaller TVs, okay, a small screen. When you get into 720, this is your lowest level of HD. Remember when TVs first came out, maybe 10 years ago? I don't know, a decade ago? When they first came out at HD, that's what it was, 720. And then, basically all your TVs now, they're all at 4K. And, you're about what, 1080 came out, I don't know, 3, 4, or 5 years ago. Anyhow, when you get into big screens, if you want to watch these videos on a big screen, the worse your resolution, the fuzzier it's going to look on your larger screen. So when you are putting out a presentation, when you're putting this in front of people on a big screen TV or projecting it onto a wall like we do, you need better resolution. And when you're sending these videos off to soccer coaches for college recruiting, you want the best resolution you can get. You want it to look like actual game. You don't want it to look like a bunch of blurs and fuzziness going around the screen. It's just not enjoyable to watch. So with Hudl, you have this maximum that they show here of 480 or 720. That's it. I mean, that's the best they get. All right, so let's come back here, and I'm going to drag this file into here. And I'm going to leave it as a game. Scheduled event, nope. I'm just going to title it. And we'll call it the Ella demo video. And that's all I'm going to do. I'm just going to leave it right there. Now you'll see it's 2% uploaded, and this is going to take a while. So I'm going to pause the video now and let this thing upload, and then I will come back and I'll show you how I upload into Soccer Pro. We'll go through the same exact process. All right, so let me pause the video now and I'll come back to you when this thing is done. Hey, I just wanted to interject here real quickly. As this video is uploading, I don't know what happened. It was zipping along really good, and then all of a sudden it's kind of come to a screeching halt as far as the upload speed. This is one of the reasons why you want to make sure that you do not allow your computer to go to sleep. You do it at home where you have a good connection and no interruptions. And if you're doing this over a cellular network, if you're downloading or uploading, I should say, right from your phone into any application like Hudl, you could run into a lot of trouble. So I highly recommend that even if you record something on your phone, take it off your phone, put it onto your computer, and then from your computer, upload into your applications. It'll just work a lot better and it'll be a lot more reliable. All right, I'm gonna come back when this video is done and I'll show you how we upload into Soccer Pro. All right, this video is completed and now it's gonna take some processing. And this is common. Anytime you upload the video, it still has to do all the processing because there's a lot of compression and a lot of different things that are taking place to get these videos to work. This is exactly what happens when you load up to YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Hudl, Soccer Pro, all the same. All right, so this is to be expected. Now let's go into Soccer Pro and we'll do the same thing. What we're going to do, well, there's different types of video. In this case, we call this original media. So original media is the media that you upload into the system as the original source file. So all we have to do is come here to upload video, title it, select a category. In this case, I don't have any categories, so I'm not going to put it into a category. I can always come back, create categories, edit, and then move these videos wherever I want them. So, why don't we go ahead and create a category? Why not? So I'm going to come here, create a category because it's just so easy. We'll call this one Hudl Demo. Okay, and now I have Hudl Demo and all my videos, and I've got uncategorized. So let's come back and do the same thing. Upload the video, select a category. If I wanted to, I could put a thumbnail, and you've probably done this with YouTube videos as well. We have multiple ways of viewing the videos. You can either look at it as a tile or as a list. I don't really use the thumbnail too much because I like looking at my videos in a list format, but if you're a little bit more visual, you may want to upload a thumbnail so that when you see them in the tiles and the squares, it pops right out at you that you've got this video with a very specific thumbnail on it. So it's easier to find. Maybe it's the school logo, maybe it's, you know, like the competitor's logo, whatever it might be, so you can easily spot the games. So next step, actually I'm gonna go back because I skipped something. What I wanted to show you was down here, we have these tips. Remember I told you that you have to keep your computer awake. You cannot let it go to sleep. So what we've done is we've put in these tips and tricks so that you can upload a large video without having it fail, because it is a very common thing for people to do. They are setting up their computer by default. By default, your computer will go to sleep, and by default, your video upload won't work. Again, this is common for anything you're uploading to. So these tips and tricks can help you just across the board. So again, I went a little bit out of order there, but let's circle back and get this uploaded. So we'll name it, put it in a category, go to the next step. I'm gonna drag my video right into the box. And if I had a whole bunch of videos, if I didn't take the effort of putting it into one video, I could put all the videos in here. I could just drag them in here, and then they would upload one after the other, after the other, after the other. So it's actually a lot more convenient than having to hit the button over and over and over again, you know, especially if you have 30 videos. But me personally, I don't like doing that. It makes a lot of clutter. Now I'm just going to hit the start upload, and it's the same thing. It shows the upload status. Here you have a visual cue. Here you have the percentage. This is the size of the video. And now we're just going to watch and wait for this video to upload. So I'm going to stop the video again, and I will come back to you when this video is uploaded. All right, I will see you shortly. All right, I've got my video uploaded into Soccer Pro and it's processing. I have my video uploaded into Hudl and it's done processing. In both cases, you are able to show the videos by a, let's call it a tile appearance, or with a list. Now, this is what I was talking about with the thumbnails. If you are going to show them like this, the videos all start to look the same. These auto-generated thumbnails, we do the same thing. If I want to look at this in a list, it'll just show the title. If I want to look at it in this view, it'll auto-generate a thumbnail if I do not upload one. Now, the problem I have with that, of course, is that all these start to look the same after a while. So if I'm going to use thumbnails, I actually want to upload a thumbnail. The reality is I don't use that feature anyhow. I mean, I use the list view, so even though Soccer Pro has it set up a little bit better, honestly, I don't care about it. So anyhow, that's it for the upload. Now in the next review video, I'll come back and we will start looking at how we edit the video, how we tag it, how we mark it up, how we put in the coaches' tips, all those other things that are really critical to making smarter players with better soccer IQ. All right, this is Gary with the Hudl review video. If you like this content, go ahead, subscribe, hit the button that gives us a like, and sign up for announcements as well. And I will see you in the next video. See you, bye.